Okay, so obviously this was a joke episode. So I'm not really, and actually, I was kind of glad it was a joke episode because instead of actually bitching about all the stupid and complaining about all the stupid, because it was a joke episode, I'm going, okay, bring on all the stupid. Let's see what you can do. Let's see how creative you are, what you can do with the idea that since it's a joke episode, what can you do? And this was one of the only episodes in which I was actually relaxed and going, okay, let's see what you got. Bring on the stupid. We know you can do it. Now, unfortunately, I found the humor, simplistic and sophomoric, but that's irrelevant. That's not what I want to talk about. I I want to talk about the fight the fight scene with Captain Marvel and Thor because uh, Hill pulls out the briefcase and I see the pager and I'm going, really, really, you're gonna call Captain Marvel? Why? This is a joke episode. Call Iron Man, and we would have had a rematch between Iron Man and Thor. Call the Hulk. Have the Hulk have to come in as a way of trying to get rid of Thor, and you could have had a Hulk Thor rematch. Hell, you know what you could have done? You, this is a joke episode, okay? Hear this out. Hear me out. Imagine having Nick Fury, okay, to help get rid of Thor. Nick Fury would have had to have gathered would have had to have gotten Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow, and Hawkeye together to have to deal with Thor and his partying. It's a joke episode. Have it that Nick Fury needed to establish the Avengers Initiative, not to deal with Loki and an invading army, but he would have had to have created the Avengers Initiative to deal with Thor and the worldwide party that it was. Like, that would have been hilarious. Just the concept of having to have the Avengers assemble to have to deal with a frat boy Thor. It's a joke episode. Go with it. But then we get the fight scene, and again, it was an interesting fight scene because I'm watching an animated comic book based TV show. What are the odds of me wanting to see two comic book characters fight in an animated TV show about comic book characters? So I was at least interested in the fight, and there was a little bit of humor trying to throw it in. It was again sophomoric and simple, but whatever. But then we get to the end of the episode, and I'm going, wait a minute, what? The fight scene was irrelevant. The fight scene had no purpose. Like if Thor and Captain Marvel, while they fought, they caused a whole bunch of destruction. During the fight, they broke Stonehenge. They, tilted the Leaning Tower of Pisa. If they did some damage, and then Frigg is coming, and his mother is coming, and then Thor is like, "Oh, look at all the destruction that fight caused. I have to clean it up." At least it would have given the fight between the two characters some value. And imagine having Thor have to help convince Captain Marvel, "You got to help me clean this up, because if my mother comes and I go down, I'm taking you down with me." Again, it's a joke episode. Work with the fact that it's a joke episode. And then I was realizing there was no purpose or value to the fight scene. And then it hit me. It was like, this whole episode was just about having a fight scene between Captain Marvel and Thor. That's the what if of this episode. The what if was, what if Captain Marvel fought Thor? But they couldn't figure out a way to make that work, so they created a joke episode. Everything about this episode was literally filler, because the core idea of this episode was they wanted a fight between Captain Marvel and Thor, and they didn't care how they had to do it. That was the point of this episode, boys and girls. That was the what if. Oh, and I want to address the titles of these episodes, okay? Like, the last episode shouldn't have been, what if Killmonger had saved Tony Stark? It should have been, what if Killmonger killed Tony Stark? What if Killmonger betrayed and killed Tony Stark? What if Killmonger betrayed Tony Stark? Because that's what happened. Just because the starting point was Killmonger saved Tony Stark, he only saved him because he intended on betraying him and killing him. So then we have this episode. What if Thor was an only child? Because Thor didn't have Loki as a brother? That's your bullshit justification of having Thor be a party animal douchebag, college frat boy? It's a joke episode. Have a joke reason why Thor is a moron. Like, this shouldn't have been what if, like the title, What If Thor Was an Only Child, has absolutely no bearing on the story of the episode. It should have been, what if Thor was the god of partying or something? Like, here's an idea. Have the title of the what if actually have relevance to the episode in which you have the title for. Like, how do you screw this up? So, anyway, even with the joke episode, this show still manages to screw it up. What are the odds? Anyway, but then we have the ending, right? Like, what is it with these? Because here was the thing about the ending where you see, I take it was Vision dressed up as Ultron wielding the Infinity Stones. And it's like what is with this shock unanswered endings now? Like, is that a routine now? Because because what happened was the whole episode's supposed to be a joke. It's a joke episode. Why would you end it with a serious threat? Like a serious ending? Like, you literally, the last 10 seconds literally invalidated the actual tone of the you changed the tone of the episode in the last 10 seconds by going, yeah, 99% of this episode was a joke, but the last 1% is a serious, like, I don't get it. I don't get this stupid dumbass. And is there going to be is every episode from here on in going to have an ending that has some variation of somebody having the Infinity Stones? But, what was the other thing? So I understand it's a joke episode, but then you have, I can't remember, it's early in the episode. You have Jane Foster going, there's all the aliens, right? There's all the aliens around. And Jane Foster goes, but it's the first contact with an alien race. And I'm going, look around, bitch. You got Skrulls. You got the Ravagers. You got, what's his name? Torg, the big stone guy. You got all these, you got the ice giants. You got Rocket Raccoon. You got a talking duck. You got right? It's like, You got all these aliens all over the place, and she goes, "Oh, it's our first contact with alien life," and it's like, if that was part of the joke, like if it was delivered right where she had said, "But he's the first alien life," or "He's our first alien life encounter," and the show had every other alien, just a scene where all the other aliens stopped, looked at Jane Foster, and it's like, "Who the hell are we? What about us, you moron?" Like if the show had actually acknowledged Jane Foster going, "But he's our first alien contact," and the other aliens all over the place acknowledged, "Oh, hello, what about us?" That would have been funny. That would have been funny. That's it for me. Another episode of What If. But here's an idea. Why not do one? What if this was an actually good a show? What if we actually tried? There's a what if title for you. What if you actually tried? God knows what could happen. Anyway, I'm out of here. See ya.